Welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining us once again. Much appreciated. Hope you're all doing really well and enjoying the day today. When I'm recording this, it's an absolutely glorious day. So hope it's the same for you all. And yeah, let's get into it, shall we? So upon hearing the recent news that the season 3 of Star Trek Discovery is due for release in October, and then even closer we have Star Trek Lower Decks, which is coming out 6th of August, I believe. I thought, why not let's do a video on a Funko Pop from Star Trek. Now, today we're going to be focusing on one of my favourites, I must say, and that is the Mirror Universe Spock. Absolutely love this final. So let's get to it. So this particular pop was released in 2014, which I cannot believe is 6 years ago. I feel old now. It is a vaulted pop. Now, for those of you who don't know, vaulted does mean that the items that are no longer in production by Funko. So if you do want one, you're probably going to have to get it secondhand, or perhaps you can get it from sites such as Pop in a Box. Good site, by the way. I've got a couple from there, so by all means check that one out. But yeah, so let's go into the actual background of this Funko. Let's go. So this particular Funko Pop represents the character Spock from the Mirror Universe, who first appeared in Season 2, Episode 10 of the Star Trek Original Series show. Now, the actual episode itself was called Mirror Mirror, which was first aired in the US on the 6th of October 1967. Crikey. Now, this episode, well as being hailed as one of the most popular Star Trek episodes, it is actually the first ever appearance of the Mirror Universe, which has subsequently appeared in future episodes of Star Trek. Now, this is quite important, this episode, because, it establishes the stage for the fact there is other universes out there, as you could say, a multiverse. So, Star Trek was on it decades before we saw such a thing in, things like Avengers, Endgame, different timelines, and other sorts of programs out there as well, such as Rick and Morty. Like I said, it's first ever appearance in this universe, and it gave rise to the idea that there's a universe out there that is the opposite end of the spectrum, if you like, in terms of the Star Trek universe. So when you look at the Prime universe, you have organizations such as the United Federation of Planets, which has all these ideals of peace and helping each other out and giving humanitarian aid and scientific peaceful exploration. Now, in the Mirror Universe, it's kind of not exactly the opposite of the Prime Universe, but it does have differences, such as the fact there is no such thing as a Federation. It's replaced by what's called the Terran Empire, who are ruthless, sadistic, brutal, have no qualms with going to war with anyone to get what they want. They are all about conquering those who they deem to be less than themselves. In this universe, humans are seen as very xenophobic, which means that any other race that they encounter, they feel are beneath them, which obviously is wrong. And, I hope you don't condone that kind of behaviour, but that is how they are. Another little fact for you as well, apparently they don't like too brightly lit environments, I've heard. They prefer darker environments, which is why the aesthetic from episodes concerning the Mirror Universe, or set in it, tends to have like a darker tone to it around. It's not as well lit now, which I think is quite a cool aesthetic idea. But yes, I mean, check that out. Now, like I said, this universe has appeared in multiple episodes across the numerous Star Trek series, such as Star Trek Discovery, Deep Space Nine, the original series, and Enterprise as well. Now, if we go back onto now the Funko Pop, which makes sense, as this whole video is about it, Spock himself is a half-human, half-Vulcan hybrid. Now, he is actually the first officer and the science officer of the ISS Enterprise, registry NCC 1701. Now, like I said, even though he is from the Mirror Universe, that doesn't mean he's necessarily evil. He is very logical, like his Prime Universe counterpart, being half Vulcan. He does have loyalty to the captain and the ship, but he doesn't necessarily agree with the idea of the Terran Empire being everlasting, or indeed that it's right. However, in this universe, Vulcans are, well, they're essentially slaves to the Empire. So with the Terran Empire, you have the humans on top. They control everything, basically. And when they do conquer different races, such as the Vulcans or Andorians, perhaps, they are subjugated and they are put to work in the Empire, but are seen as lesser than the humans. So in that respect, that is why Spock is a loyal officer. But again, he is logical. And when he discovers in the episode Mirror Mirror that his crew, including Kirk, Scotty, McCoy, and Uhura, have been replaced by the Prime Universe counterparts, he does actually help them get back to where they need to be. Now, they got there because of a freak transporter accident. They were visiting a planet to see if they could broker a trade agreement. Now, there was an ion storm ahead. When they tried to beam out, unfortunately, that caused a lot of interference. And, well, it doesn't really explain it, but somehow, from some scientific mumbo-jumbo, they end up transporting to a different universe in the same place. And that's how we get to see the Mirror Universe for the first time. Now, when Spock does discover this, he does actually perform a mind meld on McCoy and actually learns through the mind meld who they really are, where they've come from. He does actually help them get back so that he in turn can have his crew members come back as well. But before they depart, good old Kirk does impart some wisdom on Spock, and they have a discussion about whether or not the Terran Empire is actually the way forward, and maybe they should be looking for peace after all. Now, won't go out into that into too much detail, because I do think you guys should, if you can, I mean, if you've got Netflix, for example, please watch the episode. It is amazing. I mean, I've got hand on heart, I've got to hold my hand up here. I am a massive Star Trek fan, a Trekkie, if you will, so it is a little bit biased, but I must say, it is a great series to watch, as they all are, quite frankly. So please watch all the Star Trek, and I am so looking forward to seeing season 3 of Star Trek Discovery, and also to see this new Star Trek Lower Decks program. I don't know too much about it. All I know is it's a bit more of a comedy and is animated as well. So that'd be quite cool to see. But yeah, when you get a moment, guys, when you're on your Netflix and you're stuck indoors for whatever reason, please give it a go. It's well worth it. Now, I mean, Spock himself, another cool thing about him being half Vulcan is that he actually has, he has super strength. So Vulcans, on average, are 3 times stronger than a human being. And that's been developed mainly because of the environment of their planet Vulcan, where they come from. So Vulcan is actually a really harsh, like desert-like environment. Vulcans have had to evolve to be tough, and as a result, they're essentially superhuman, and they do have super strength. If they ever get angry, watch out. They do repress their emotions, which I think Vulcans are famous for. Even, non-Trekkies might know that. But there have been instances where they can be angry. Now, this Spock, he shares that. I mean, he represses his emotions, But, you know, if he was to get into a fight, which in the episode he does, let's just say he kicks some ass. And he does a very good job doing it. Now, I love this Funko Pop. I won't lie. I love the detail on it. I love the sash that he has along the waist. I think it's pretty cool. I love the fact as well that he's holding a little phaser in his hand. I don't know why, I just like that. I know it's a little weird detail, but I like as well how he's got like eye makeup, which I think is something that the actor Leonard Nimoy, who played Spock in the series and films, I think he wore something like that whilst he was playing Spock, especially back in the 60s when the original series first aired. Because of course, Vulcans, they have their eyebrows are in a almost like a slanted diagonal position, compared to say humans. So you know, back then they probably had to wear makeup to try and hide Leonard Nimoy's human eyebrows. At least I think that's what it was anyway. That's the reason for the makeup. Now, last but not least, and you probably noticed it straight away, I love the beard. You know, very, very iconic. Now, I actually found this out on Star Trek Wiki, on the fandom, but it's actually a Van Dyke beard. It's most people refer to it as a goatee, and apparently that's not what it is. And I won't lie, I am one of those people. I've always called it a goatee for years, but apparently it's a Van Dyke beard. I don't know what that is, but obviously it must be this. But the beard's really cool because ever since this Mirror Universe Spock first appeared, programs and TV, films, and well, films in general, have actually adopted the idea that if an evil version of a character appears, normally a main character, if they, for whatever reason, through some scientific means or magical means or whatever, if they come across an evil alternate version themselves, quite often that version has a beard to distinguish him as being evil. Now, I don't know how people with beards feel like. I mean, I let my beard hair go from time to time. Not really from style, but because I'm a little bit lazy, I won't lie. You know, I like to think that I don't become evil when I let my facial hair grow, although it does look a bit naff, considering I genuinely have blonde hair and my beard goes ginger if I let it go too long. But there we go, giving you some additional information there. In my opinion, I think this is a brilliant Funko Pop. I love it. You know, it is not the most detailed one, but has enough detail that you can see the nods to the episode that it's originated from, and I love it. Being a Trekkie, I can't say a bad word against it, to be honest. So if you do come across it and you think I want to treat myself to a vaulted Funko Pop, where do I start, Tom? Go for this one. Why not? It's well worth it, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by how awesome it is. So yeah, there we go. Come to the end of the video. Thank you very much for sticking with me, and thank you again for watching the video. If you do like these, please like and subscribe. Do very much appreciate it, because I am looking to do more as well. And I might do my next one on a graphic novel for a change, just to spice things up a bit, give the old switcheroo. But yeah, thank you again, guys. All the best. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Right, see ya. Bye.